going on? Choo! Here we are at the Willows, and there's all kind of activity going on as we prepare to begin making this place our new home. And can you believe it? It's been now almost 17 weeks where we've been coming and giving you updates, and we've been working together to actually secure this place as our home.
Yep.
And we have this incredible vision. We're near the university. We're embedded in community. We believe that not only is this going to be a place where we can gather and grow, but this is going to be a place where, like a river, like an aquifer that this is built on, it will spill into our community and be a place of hope and healing through this church. And so we're super excited about it.
Yeah.
But almost 17 weeks now.
It's been 17 weeks. Yeah. You know, it's been said that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. And starting July 8, we took a big step. And since then, we've been taking smaller steps. But this week, we took a really big step. Why don't you share a little bit about that?
This week, we went into our final process of escrow. So we've gone through 120 days of due diligence, and we entered into our final process of escrow. And we're actually slated to close on our property on December 23rd.
Wow. So Merry Christmas, Grace Honolulu, just in time.
That's the best gift ever right there.
Right?
Yeah. So we've been praying for this, and we've been working for this together. And as a church community, we've been stretched. I mean, our faith has been stretched. Our generosity muscle has been stretched. And in the process, we've benefited as individuals and really collectively as a church. You know, in the Old Testament, the temple was the place where God's presence met earth. And in the New Testament, the church is that same thing. But when we think of church, it's not just a building, it's actually people. We're living temples. And so as we gather here, we're believing that God is going to do some amazing things and bring hope and healing to our community. But we've had to grow together in this process, right?
Yeah.
And so we've been growing together.
We've been growing a lot. And I think one of the big questions people are having is how soon can we meet here? If we close in December, can we have Christmas services here?
And that's a great question. And I'm wondering that question. I'm thinking most of us are wondering that question as well. And the answer to that question is we will not be able to utilize the facility for our church services immediately. But as soon as possible, we're working towards that.
Yep.
And
We've got workers on site getting things ready.
That's what they're doing right now. So we're getting things ready, and we're also getting an operational kitchen or restaurant on site as well, because that is one of the requirements for us to be able to use this as a gathering place for our church, which we're really excited about because, again, that's in line with our vision.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are asking and wondering, like me, it's what would that look like? Would the Willows reopen, or what would a restaurant on site look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. And our goal is not to reopen the entire property as a restaurant as the Willows once was. The goal is, though, to use a portion of our property to have an operating restaurant. Not one that the church would operate, but that an operator would operate. And that would also, enhance what we're doing to create this as a gathering place for the community.
Well, it sounds delicious. And we have 3 kitchens on site, so it does make sense.
Yeah. But before we can actually gather on site, we need to have that operating restaurant. So church, as we continue to pray and as we move towards the final portion of our escrow and our closing, one of the things we want to invite you to continue praying for is for us to find the right restaurant and operations to be able to give them a portion of the campus and let them begin turning that into a restaurant that functions for us.
And then also begin as all of the final details come together for us to continue to move towards that closing date.
Yeah, one of the things we've learned is that in this process, as we take steps of faith, He is faithful to meet us at those steps of faith. But He often waits for us to take those steps of faith before He meets us. And in the process, oftentimes there's closed doors, and what seems to be a closed door is really an opportunity in disguise of an obstacle. So as we go through the final obstacles and we trust God, let's continue to pray together that God would continue to lead us and continue to help us go over the mountain, through the mountain, or around the mountain, whatever needs to be done, so that we can pursue this place and secure it as the place of our next home for Grace Bible Church Honolulu.
Yep. So Grace Honolulu,
Yep.
let's do this together.